What's up, guys, and welcome to this episode on everything you need to know about the RCA Cambio 10.1. Now, first I want to mention, go ahead and go check out my unboxing video. I'll leave that link down below in the description if you want to see me rip up that box and just go beast mode on it. We went through everything that's in the box and what you can expect before opening this baby up, and that's what you'll see in that video. So this video is going to be all about the tablet, but if you want to see what's in the contents of the box, go ahead and click that link down below. Anyways, I want to forewarn you guys that this video is going to be very long, and I do understand that you all have your own things to do. So what I'm going to do is leave a timestamp down below in the description, as I always do in most of my reviews. So you can generally just go to the sections you want to go to and just get what you need to get out of this review and get the hell out of here. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. We're going to go through every section of this tablet PC so you can know if you want to pick up this RCA tablet PC. And I'm going to give you my subjective standpoint and pretty much objective standpoint. So it's going to be some opinions, some facts, and just enjoy this. I don't think you're going to need to watch any other videos or read any other sites. You watch this video, you'll be out of here knowing whether you want this baby or not. So anyways, if you want to see that, stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so kicking off this review, we're going to start with the hardware tour / the build quality of the RCA 10.1 Windows 10 tablet PC. So this is two pieces. So we're going to start off with the tablet. We're going to pop the tablet off, and we're going to get into the keyboard in a second. So on the tablet side, you're going to see a 10.1 inch screen that's 1280 by 800. On the top, you're going to see a 2 megapixel camera. Going over to the bottom, you're going to see these ports that connect into the keyboard. We'll show you later, as well as the magnets. Going right here is a screw, a serial number nobody cares about unless you're returning it. Going to the bottom, you're going to see some FCC branding right there. I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, but who cares? There's there's a screw. This side, which is going to be the bottom side, it has a nothing. What would be the top if it's plugged in? Has nothing, just that matte, smooth feeling. Going off to this side is where all the ports are, but we're going to flip this over and show you what's on the port side. So right here, you're going to see another screw. Right here, you're going to see a mic, a mini HDMI port right here. This is the proprietary plug to plug the thing in and charge. Right here is a micro SD card slot, a reset button to reset the tablet. Here's a 2 megapixel camera. Going right here is a 3.5 millimeter headset jack to plug your microphones in. Here is the volume up, volume down. Right here is the power button to get it started up. Here is a USB 2.0 port, and here is a Windows button to go back to the home screen. So yeah, that's pretty much what you could expect on the tablet side. How does the tablet feel as build quality? It's solid. It feels really good. Matte plastic on the back. Very surprising for what you pay for this tablet. It doesn't creak really anywhere, but I do have to point out that I already got a scratch on the screen, and I haven't even dropped this tablet once. So the screen might scratch if you don't put it. You might want to put a screen protector on this screen, because I know this is not Gorilla Glass. I can tell you that right now. If you're worried about scratching up a screen, I don't know why you would be at this price point, because it's not really an expensive tablet. I would just, clean it up, but that's just me. Once again, go ahead and get a screen protector to protect the screen. And it is a fingerprint magnet, as I'm sure you already seen earlier when I first showed you this, started this scene. So yeah, let me go put this off to the side. Did I show you the speaker too? There's a speaker right there on the left down here. There's a speaker. Let's get the keyboard. So the keyboard, okay, on the keyboard side, you're going to see it has a hinge right here that, goes up and down. It's really sturdy and really tight, so you don't have to worry about breaking this thing. That's where those little holes connect. There's the magnet. On the top, there's nothing. Going over to the bottom, you just see all the hinges and the screws that put it together. And this is where you'll really start to see where you're spending your cheap amount of money to, you'll start to see that this is where your money goes, and the build quality. It's not very sharp and premium. You see all the screws kind of tacky, but that's what happens when you spend a little amount of money, but you still get the functionality you need out of a PC. So these have these little rubber grips so it doesn't scratch up the tablet right here on both sides. The trackpad, now I do want to point out there's kind of a separator right here, so if you click right here, you don't really get anything. On the right side, or the left side, your left side, you'll click right there. You'll click right here for your right click. So yeah, there's a little kind of a separator in here. You don't really see it, but you can feel it. See? Okay. So here's the keyboard. Keyboard has good travel. I was very surprised. The keys do go down pretty well. So as you can see, you can hear it, and they got a nice tactile feedback. A little bit small, a little bit cramped, but you will get used to it. So when putting the tablet on the, you know, the thing, you could see that it does snap in very tightly. Let me show you. You heard that? It's very tight and it snaps in very well. And the tablet doesn't wobble too much, as you can see. Just a little bit, but it doesn't wobble too much. It's very sturdy and it'll stay put just like that. So you have the computer mode. Also, you can pop this out. You can turn it around this way. And now you have basically what I would call watch a movie mode. And then you put it down like that. You could watch a movie. You can also flip it over like this if you're giving a PowerPoint presentation to somebody. So you can flip it over like that. And I'm sure there's more ways to do it, but those are the 3 ways I use it. Also, you could pull it down like this, like a tablet right there. And then you could just, you know, have it on your lap, watch it like a tablet without losing the keyboard or having to put it off to the side. So yeah, that's pretty much it there. I do hear a little bit of creak sometimes and hear maybe the moving parts in there. I do worry a little bit over time that those might come, you know, get a little loose. But overall, the thing feels solid, and I'm very happy for the $128, as you might have known if you watched an unboxing video, that I spent on this thing. So yeah, guys, everything feels tactile, everything feels solid, not crazy good build quality, but it feels solid. It feels like, wow, what a value for dollar. So anyway, that is the build quality, and let's get into the next section of this full in-depth review. All right, guys, so in this section, I'm going to kind of do a dual thing. We're going to boot this up, and while we're booting it up, I'm going to talk about the positive aspects of the tablet that I like so far. So let's boot this baby up so you can see simultaneously how long it takes to boot up while we're talking. So there's your RCA logo. Now, the positive aspects I have to say about the device is the portability. It only weighs about 2 pounds, so throwing it in a bag or anything like that is going to be very, very enjoyable for you. Also, the screen is very nice, I think, for this price. Yes, the viewing angles are not the best in the world. Yes, the colors are not the sharpest in the world. But let me tell you, at this price, you'd be hard-pressed to find something better. So as you can see, it's already booted up. I'm going to go ahead and enter my PIN here. I'm going to pull the tablet away. I should have did that before, turned off the thing, but whatever. Okay, here's the tablet back. Yeah, so the screen, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better screen at this price point. You're going to be hard-pressed to find a tablet with a keyboard at this price point. So the keyboard I also enjoy very much, and it's very tactile. Also, I think what's positive is it comes with Windows 10 out of the box, and Windows 10 seems to be optimized to run very well on lower-end hardware, such as the one you're seeing right now. Now, the screen is not showing off very nice in this video because I have lights beaming right on it, so don't be fooled by that you see all these fingerprint scanner. That is just an indicator of the light shining right on the tablet. So you won't really see all these fingerprints, you know, when there's not light shining. This is just for the purpose of the video. But overall, yeah, like I said, the screen's nice, the keyboard's nice, the battery life is solid, but we're going to get into battery life later on. I like that Windows 10 is pre-installed, the build quality, they're able to do a document on here, go ahead and switch it over to movie mode, watch a movie. The sound quality is decent. Yeah, and that's pretty much the positive aspects of the device. Windows 10, great display, great detachable, you know, keyboard, and you can move it around, and productivity. That's probably your top, you know, positive aspects of this tablet. All right, guys, now I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but there is quite a few negatives in here, so let's get into the negatives of this tablet. All right, the negatives of this tablet are, it's RCA. Now, let's be real, RCA makes cables and cords, so we have to still build trust for this company, you know. I'm not sure if I could trust them in the long haul, so I would say that's a negative because I'm not sure if I could, if I'm buying, if, like, say I'm a consumer, like, I only could afford this tablet. I'm going to be a little bit worried that it's going to hold up for my entire, you know, 3 years I'm in college or whatever you're doing with your life. If you're trying to get this tablet as your main go-to PC, I would say that's a negative because it might not hold up that long just due to, you know, the history of RCA not being a top tier brand. So I'm not sure if that's just subjective. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's not, you know, JD Power, best ranked, you know, all that stuff. So Another negative thing about this tablet is the cameras. The cameras are just not that good. I'll get into this later. We're going to do a camera section in this video. If you want to skip to that, look in the timestamp in the description. But the cameras are pretty awful, but who cares, because who uses a camera on a tablet? I'm sure most of you have a smartphone and you're going to go ahead and take pictures of the, whatever you got to take pictures of with your phone. Just, plug in the USB and put them on your computer. So, all right, in this section, we're going to talk about software. Runs Windows 10 out of the box. Comes with 32 gigabytes of storage with an expandable micro SD card. It has an Intel Bay Trail processor. I don't know what it is, Z35F something, whatever. Who cares? The point is, it runs pretty good. I'm not going to say it runs as fast as an iPad, but it runs pretty well. It gets the job done. It does have a little stutter here and there, but overall, you're going to like Windows 10 on here. It runs pretty damn well. As you can see, I'm opening things up here. Here's the Edge browser. Things are going to run pretty smoothly and nicely for you. So overall, software is a win on this device. Alright guys, getting into the battery life. I talked about this a little bit earlier in the negatives. The battery life is rated at 6 hours, but I can tell you right now, unless you have it on battery saver, you're looking at about 4.5 hours. Now yes, Windows tends to overestimate how much is remaining, but if you're really using this thing heavy, you could really eat the battery out. So this is not a tablet you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to go all day and be like, yeah, I'm still rocking my tablet. I'm still watching Netflix. You can see it just dropped an hour. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it went down 1%, just dropped an hour on the remaining. So I don't ever trust that remaining. I trust real world usage. But yeah, it's not a tablet you're going to unplug in the morning, watch Netflix, play games. It's going to be 10 o'clock at night. You're still rocking with your tablet. It'll be dead by 5. So just be aware of that. You might have to charge this thing twice in a day. And that's where I would consider battery life a little bit sucky on this, because once you go to charge it, it takes about 3 hours to charge this baby from 0 to 100. Maybe even 4 if you got a weak plug in your house. So yeah, that's what's going on with the battery life. Also, I want to point out that the proprietary jack doesn't snugly fit inside the port. It fits in there, but it's not one of those snug connectors like the lightning port on the iPhone or a micro USB port on Android. You know how when you plug it in, it just clicks in real nicely? For some reason, this port doesn't snugly fit in there. It fits, obviously, to charge a tablet, or we would have a lawsuit here, but it doesn't snugly fit. So that might be a little thing that wears out over time. You might have to buy a new charger in the future. But, overall, battery life is going to be solid. 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours is enough for most people. I mean, if you're near a charger, you're at a library, there's plugs. You're at your house, there's plugs. You're at school, there's plugs. So I don't think it's a huge deal. But it's always nice to have, crazy good battery life. And this tablet just doesn't have it. All right, guys, getting into the cameras, we're going to go ahead and grab my iPhone. And we're going to put that iPhone right there. Hello, you can see. Hello guys. Okay, let me go get the camera open here. We're just going to type into the search box camera. And see, here we go with that double tapping. I'm trying to double tapping. That's good. It's showing that sometimes you're going to have to, tap more than once. Let's open up the camera here. And you'll see, it's taking a little bit to boot. See the picture quality right there. Taking a picture. And yeah, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but there's quite a bit of grain in there. It's not the best picture quality in the world, but yeah, it'll get the job done, I guess, if you're just taking a, document or something like that. But it's not the best picture quality in the world. Just be aware of that. And I'm sure, I don't even know how to flip this thing over to the front, to be honest, but yeah, the picture quality, oh, here we go. There we go. All right, so yeah, you could see it's a little bit grainy, not the best in the world. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take some pictures and leave those right now so you could see them, because I don't know if this camera's picking this up too well. Alright guys, getting into gaming, I'm going to show you a little test of gaming. While this loads up, I want to talk about gaming. Gaming is decent on this tablet. If you're doing mobile gaming, you download those games from the App Store or the Windows Mobile Store. You'll be able to play some of those pretty well. This thing's not going to be able to handle Call of Duty and all those crazy, PC games that you want to buy for $60 online or at the store. But these little mobile games that'll get the job done, which I think is plenty enough, for the average user. That's all we really want to do is play Jetpack Joyride or something like this. So gaming on here is pretty well if you're using a mobile device. Also, we can go back. I'll play a different game real quick for you. This is a shooting game, as you'll be able to see in a second. But yeah, overall gaming is pretty dope. I mean, if it's mobile gaming, it's enough for me. I don't know if it's enough for you, but gaming is pretty dope if it's, just mobile gaming. So let's try out this zombie shooter real quick. I went ahead and clicked the ad. Just made some bodies. Alright, let's go play. Let's play this mission right here. Alright, so we got the new zombie loading up real quick. Tap to continue. As you can see, I don't even know what I'm doing here, but as you can see, works pretty well, pretty responsive. Alright, that's enough of this gaming. You can see that it works. Alright guys, so let's get into the real world usage. And without making this too long, I just want to point out several things that I have noticed in my real world usage. I've noticed how awesome this thing is. I can sit on my lap, do a keyboard, and do some productivity things and basically just get things done. And then if I want to flip it around, I can flip it around all the way and go ahead and watch a movie on it by simply popping it into tablet mode like this, which is basically a product of Windows 10. Switching it into tablet mode, now I have a tablet. So this is a very versatile machine at this price. It's awesome. In my real usage, I've been able to do this, put this like this, and watch a movie. Also, I can flip it over for display mode like this, which is, I haven't really used too much in this mode, but I can see where it could be useful if you're propping it up on something to, show a presentation and want to just go through the slides like that. Yeah, and then you could just flip it back over to the computer mode. And like I say, I have had great experience with the hinges. The hinges snap into place and they feel pretty sturdy. And I'm not worried about if the hinges break anything. I'll just buy another one of these keyboards, which is not going to probably cost too much on eBay or Amazon, maybe 20 bucks tops. So overall, real world usage has been great. I have noticed one thing. This thing doesn't flex back too much. So in my real world usage, you have to be aware that this doesn't go really far back. It's got maybe, I don't even know angles like that, but it doesn't go back all the way like you would expect most laptops to do. Like the Surface has more angles, but this is not a Surface. And then it's pretty light as well in my real world usage. I've noticed it's about 2 pounds, so maybe like an older iPad 2's weight. So overall, yeah, pretty cool there. I don't like how fat this hinge is, but I like how sturdy it is, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. And yeah, real world usage has been great overall. So what are my overall conclusions of the device? I think it's an awesome device for this price point. Yes, you're going to have to take a little bit of hit on touch accuracy at this price. There is going to be a little bit here and there. Maybe it might not hold up overall, like the long term, very well. It'll probably hold up decent, but not, top notch. You might hear some creaks here and there. If you drop it, you might break it just due to this being a cheaper tablet. So just be careful with it, take care of it, and it should hold up just fine. It's an awesome tablet at an awesome price. I mean, under $150, you can't beat this. This thing just does everything. Yes, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's a little bit ugly, not the, sexiest tablet, Surface Pro. Let's pull it out. Bam, look at that Surface Pro. But it's still pretty nice, and I still think for what you're paying, you get all the software functionality that you need, as well as all the versatility of the hardware on this device. So yeah, for me, it's a win. Go ahead and pick it up at Walmart or Amazon. I will leave the links down below in the description if you didn't know where to get this tablet already. And I think it can be shipped anywhere if you get it off Walmart.com, internationally. So you could probably pick this up anywhere you are in the world. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much my overall conclusions of the device. If you want a device that's going to do it all in one and at a reasonable price, and you like Windows, you don't want Mac and you don't want Android because they don't offer what you're looking for, this is going to be the device for you. If you're looking for a tablet that just runs smooth and has great battery life and great cameras and has all the apps in the world, this is not the device for you. If you're looking to customize and put ROMs and things on there like this, you can with Windows. It's a little bit more difficult, but this might be the device for you as well, as Windows is very customizable. So if you're looking for the speediest device in the world, this is not going to be the device for you. But if you're looking for an all-around value device with everything you need at a crazy good price and will just, exceed your expectations, go ahead and pick up the RCA Cambio 10.1 from Walmart. Alright everybody, this is the ending of this video. If you made it this far, I would like to thank you very much for sticking with me. I know this video is very long, but like I said, I wanted to put everything in depth in this video so you don't have to go watching other videos. You don't have to go searching all over the internet to make sure this is the right device for you. I wanted to make sure that I provided all the things that you needed to know and gave you all the value you needed out of this video. And I hope this helped you decide if you're going to go ahead and pick up one of these RCA tablets. And for all my viewers out there who just want to watch, just because they love tech, I thank you for sticking around as well. I appreciate your company on this video. And if you're in the market for a cheap tablet, I also have the Kindle Fire review up. This $34.99 or maybe it's $50 now again. I have an unboxing review. I'll leave the links down below in the description. You can go check out that cheap tablet as well, because if you're watching this, you're probably in the market for a cheap tablet. Although these aren't very comparable, that was not the point. The point is just to tell you that there is other cheap tablet options out there. So yeah, like I say, thank you for sticking around. I enjoyed making this video, and I hope you did too. And anyways, I will catch you all in the next episode. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see great tech videos to come here shortly. And yeah, peace.